You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll check in with a group working to keep the state's veterans' homes up and running.
Plus, the Levant Fire Department hosted a group of elementary schoolers for a 3-day camp on fire safety.
And a collision that shut down the freeway in Dixmont leaves 2 people dead. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're in the third and final hour of Good Morning Maine. We have a lot to get to today. It's going to be raining, but the good news is the weekend looks absolutely phenomenal.
I know. If you want to have a day inside with a TV, it's a good day for it.
Yeah, it could be the last time you use your umbrella till next week, too.
I know. Good point. Let's get all the details from Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, a small craft advisory remains in effect for a little while this morning. That's being dropped at about 8 a.m. or so, as things will start to calm down with the area of low pressure that is now on shore. So let's take a look at the radar right now. We're seeing all the precipitation in the western and northern ends of the state. So here it is right here. Everyone else drying out. You might notice a little bit of sunshine, but that might be a little bit of a stretch as we do zoom things out right now. We're looking pretty decent out there. The precipitation is starting to back off just a little bit, but we did have some thunderstorms outside of the country and other parts of the rain moving from the east to the west. There was one lone lightning bolt further off towards the north recently, but now that's starting to back off as well. It's mainly been rain with this area of low pressure that will soon begin to move off towards the north and east. So once we get past today, tomorrow will begin to look a lot better. So here's Futurecast right here. We'll start to rotate off towards the north and east. Plenty of clouds, maybe a few breaks from time to time, but we'll start noticing the breaks a little bit more as we head towards your Friday. The winds will be out of the northeast for a little bit, maybe getting a little bit gusty as we head towards tomorrow, but really along the coastline today, maybe gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour are not out of the question. So for today, upper 60s, some scattered rain showers out there, and a lot of that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, a slight chance for a rain shower, some gradual clearing late as well, with some dense fog with that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime period showing plenty of rain chances. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Devin, thank you. We begin this morning in Dixmont, where 2 people were killed in a car crash Thursday afternoon. The collision happened just after 12:30 and shut down Route 9. Penobscot County Sheriff Troy Morton says 2 vehicles were involved and both occupants in each vehicle died. Right now, the identities of the man and the woman in those vehicles have not been released. Morton says the crash was reconstructed and the sheriff's office is still trying to piece together what exactly happened.
It's early in the investigation. Clearly, speed is a factor. It does appear that there was some potentially inappropriate passing that was taking place, so that will certainly be part of the investigation.
While it was raining, Morton says it does not appear road conditions were a factor.
Maine State Police is investigating an alleged domestic violence assault involving a Kennebec County Sheriff's deputy. According to State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, a report was made to the Kennebec County Sheriff's Office on Monday about alleged domestic violence incidents at a home in West Gardner. The caller claimed 29-year-old Kennebec County Sheriff's Deputy Daniel Ross had been assaulting his wife at their home while off duty. Deputies contacted Maine State Police after speaking with Ross's wife. As a result of their investigation, state troopers arrested Deputy Ross Monday at 10:30 p.m. while he was on duty. Ross has been charged with three counts, each of domestic violence assault and domestic violence criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon, as well as 1 count of unlawful sexual contact, domestic violence terrorizing with a dangerous weapon, and aggravated assault. He is currently being held at the Somerset County Jail. Ross, who started working at the Kennebec County Sheriff's Office on March 16, 2021, is on administrative leave with pay. He made his initial appearance in Kennebec County Court yesterday at 1 p.m.
A former Franklin County prosecutor has been sentenced to 2 years of probation for her role in an illegal marijuana operation. 36-year-old Kayla Alves pleaded guilty back in March to a federal charge of tampering with documents as part of a plea deal. Police say she told a former Franklin County sheriff's deputy he was under investigation in connection with the alleged $13 million marijuana operation and deleted the text messages.
We thought that this prosecution was very important to bring because Ms. Alves was a public servant, she was a prosecutor, and she had a duty to the public to treat everybody fairly and with respect. She had a duty to always act in the best interest of the state, and by deleting evidence that was at issue in a federal investigation, she violated those oaths.
Alves was also ordered to pay a $2,000 fine.
Maine Health and Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield announced yesterday that they have reached an agreement to keep Maine Medical Center in Anthem's care provider network for the next 2 years. As a result, all Anthem members will continue to receive in-network services at Maine Medical Center. All other Maine Health facilities and providers will also remain in Anthem's network. Governor Mills issued a statement following the announcement, saying in part, quote, "There is no question that termination of the contract would have significantly harmed many people, especially those with chronic care needs. I am pleased that both parties were able to resolve their differences, as I urged, to avert such a drastic and damaging move."
The Maine Bureau of Highway Safety is reminding motorists to drive sober or get pulled over. The national campaign kicked off Thursday and goes through September 5th. The Maine Bureau of Highway Safety will be teaming up with local and state law enforcement to proactively prevent fatalities and serious injuries associated with impaired driving. According to a statement, it's one of the deadliest and most often committed crimes in our state. So far this year, there have been 22 fatalities involving impaired drivers. All of them had a blood alcohol level of 0.8 or higher. Now, Lauren Stewart, Maine's Highway Safety Director, says, quote, "It is important to plan ahead for a sober ride or safe place to stay so that you can enjoy your end of summer celebrations and not risk your life or that of someone else."
A new group created to ensure the long-term viability of Maine's 6 veterans' homes is beginning their work. Our Dylan Holloway has more.
The all-new Maine Veterans Home Stakeholder Group held their first meeting virtually on Wednesday. The group was created under a new law from Senate President Troy Jackson with the goal of keeping Maine's veterans' homes open.
I mean, as we've heard, there's a lot of experience here. People bring a great deal of experience to the stakeholder group. And bottom line, I think everyone wants the same thing.
The group plans to include input from veterans, their families, employees of the Maine Veterans Homes, and communities served by the Veterans Homes. According to a statement from Jackson, his bill helped save the Caribou and Machias Veterans Homes, which were scheduled to close this past spring.
One more item that we plan to do is to perform a comparative study of other state veterans homes payment systems. So really compare how the state of Maine pays its veterans homes for services provided.
The group is scheduled to hold an additional 3 meetings before reporting back to the Maine legislature no later than February 15, 2023. The next meeting is scheduled for September 21st. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Penobscot County Commissioner Laura Sanborn will give us an update on a plan to renovate the county jail.
But before we go, here's a quick look at your forecast. A high of 68 degrees. Scattered showers will be moving throughout the area today. Tonight, there's a chance of rain with some fog. Temperatures drop down to a low of 60. And tomorrow, we are starting the week off beautifully. A high of 80 degrees with partially cloudy skies.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bath fitter. It just fits.
Now, with $600 off a complete bath system, it fits your budget too. We've never had a promotion this big, so call or click now.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Just a cleaning lady. Let me clean it for you.
You have great attention to detail. I want you on call.
Don't do this. What other option do we have? I'm not gonna let anything happen to our family. No one can ever know the truth.
That's bad news.
The Cleaning Lady. All new episodes Monday, September 19th on Fox, and watch season 1 anytime.
The Penobscot County Commissioners have provided an update on plans to renovate and expand the Penobscot County Jail. County Commissioner Laura Sanborn says the goal is to design a facility that is able to accommodate the current average population of 226 inmates. She says the new facility would ideally have the capacity for up to 280 inmates and would be able to provide additional medical and mental health services.
We continue to evaluate options that allow for the proper space and services necessary to adequately support the needs of Penobscot County while also considering the physical impact on communities.
Sanborn says they hope to present a plan of the new facility in early 2023 that would be supported by a bond measure.
A group of Maine independent repair shop owners and other stakeholders have filed a petition with the Secretary of State to protect their right to repair new cars and trucks, as they say automakers make it increasingly harder to access the repair and diagnostic information necessary to do so. A national agreement in 2013 between automakers and the auto repair and auto parts industries forced automakers to provide access to repair and diagnostic codes and information, but did not cover the rapidly expanding wireless technologies now installed in new vehicles. The ballot initiative would give Maine car and truck owners access to all the diagnostic and repair data generated by their car so that they could opt to provide access to any independent repair shop or automaker, increasing their ability to choose who works on their vehicle instead of being limited to a dealer. Once the petition is issued, a signature drive and campaign will be organized in hopes of having the initiative on the 2023 ballot if it is not passed by the legislature beforehand.
Senator Susan Collins is joining a group in Washington to introduce the Chase COVID Unemployment Fraud Act. In May, the Department of Labor's Office of the Inspector General estimated $163 million in fraudulent unemployment. If the estimate is accurate, that means only 2.44% of wrongful payments have been recovered. Collins said in part, quote, "Unfortunately, far too many criminals took advantage of these federal unemployment insurance programs, resulting in widespread fraud. Our legislation would provide states with the resources to help recover these stolen funds and help prevent future theft of unemployment benefits. The legislation would also provide incentives to states that work to recover the stolen money." And coming up after the break, a massive grant is heading to Big Rock Mountain as the team looks to improve their skiing experience.
Plus, a big day for NASA. The Artemis moon rocket has made it to the launch pad. We'll have this and more after the break.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you. taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry in to a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best and most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, Limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
In the span of a week, a third earthquake, strong enough to be felt, rattled the area near Centerville. At 2:55 a.m. Wednesday, another earthquake measuring 3.0 on the Richter scale occurred and was even stronger than the last two. In all, Maine has had 7 earthquakes in the last week, compared with only 49 in the past year, according to the website earthquaketrack.com.
The Department of Commerce announced a $2.5 million investment for Big Rock Mountain in Mars Hill. Matthew Dronzik tells us how the plans will speed up the ski slopes.
On Wednesday, the United States Department of Commerce's Economic Development Administration awarded a $2.5 million grant to Big Rock Mountain. For Big Rock Mountain Board of Directors member Mike Chassie, he's proud of how hard his team worked to get this award.
We've been working real hard the last 7 months, raising funds to put a new chairlift in, and with this EDA announcement, we can talk about a project that's bigger than just a chairlift to the top of the mountain.
The funds for the project came from the American Rescue Plan. The money will allow them to improve their ski lifts and also increase both the quality and capacity of snowmaking. General Manager Travis Carney says the improvements will bring economic benefits to the nearby areas as a whole.
I think the town of Mars Hill and the surrounding communities, Holton and Presque Isle, will see somewhat of a windfall of new business, either in lodging, restaurants, people that are traveling from either the coastal regions or the Bangor area, coming to Aroostook County to experience Big Rock for the first time.
Besides the grant money, Damon says significant fundraising efforts by the Mars Hill community really made a difference for the project.
The community support has been unreal, really. We have more than $1 million in community support through our donors and local businesses.
Chassie says donations help continue to cement Big Rock Mountain's legacy.
What this grant and new chairlift and snowmaking means is that Big Rock will be here for the next 2 generations.
And construction for this project is set to happen in the spring of 2023 and go until December of 2024. Reporting from Mars Hill, Matthew Dronzik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
NASA's Artemis moon rocket arrives at the launch pad in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The rocket is aiming to launch on August 29th for the lunar test flight. It will be unmanned, just 3 mannequins in the crew capsule fitted with sensors to measure radiation and vibration. The capsule will fly around the moon for a couple of weeks before heading back down to Earth. The entire flight will last about 6 weeks. NASA's Artemis programs plans to have astronauts completing a lunar orbit in 2 years and humans landing on the moon in 2025. The time is now 8:19.
And let's get a full look at that rainy forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs. He joins us now.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota. your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland-Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. A small craft advisory is up for a little while this morning, getting dropped during the morning period, though, at around 8 a.m. as things begin to improve, as we have that area of low pressure that's beginning to move to the north and east. That'll bring the winds with it. So the offshore winds for now will begin to move onshore, and especially by tomorrow, who knows more of those gusty winds. The rain started to back off a little bit as we saw some of that last night and early this morning. Some much needed rain, but now it's in the northern and western ends of the state. We'll still have chances for scattered showers, though, as this area of low pressure, which is located right about in here, will begin to move off towards the north and east, so scattered showers are not out of the question today. Maybe a rumble of thunder if you are lucky, but where this is going, it's mainly north and east. So once we go north and east, high pressure will begin to move in and things will start to look a lot nicer for us. And the temperatures will really begin to warm up as well. And we do need the precipitation. We've remained in drought across a good part of the state, a moderate drought, even severe drought. A new drought monitor will begin to come out today. That'll show us where we stand with the latest drought situation. But here we are, 2 to 5 foot wave heights being noted, which is why that small craft advisory is up for a little while longer. We'll start seeing that drop as things will begin to improve. A little bit of wind out there still today, maybe some winds getting up to about 15 miles per hour in a few areas, though. But really by tomorrow, gusty winds up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour will be possible as that area of low pressure begins to move off towards the north and east. Our average high is now 80 degrees. We'll only be in the upper 60s today, well below normal. Then getting close to normal again by Friday in the lower 80s, even some middle 80s as we head towards Saturday into Sunday. Then back in the upper 70s to lower 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Dew point's not too ridiculous, so we might notice a quick burst in the dew point, so especially today, though, reaching for the lower 60s, so you might notice a little bit more humidity, but then falling back into the 50s, at least until Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, before back into the lower 60s. So moving forward, though, that area of low pressure will begin to track off towards the north and east. We'll get a lot of that rain out of here. With just the clouds that will be left over for a little while yet, but once we get this out of here, the clouds will finally begin to break up, and of course any precipitation will really begin to get out of here with, again, the sunshine really beginning to come out just in time for Friday afternoon. So your forecast for today, upper 60s, some scattered rain showers with that west breeze getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, a slight chance for a rain shower, then gradual clearing late, with some dense fog as well, with that west breeze getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Here we are, mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the mid-80s on Sunday with a partly cloudy sky, and mostly cloudy on Monday, highs in the low 80s.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
When pipes froze and water damage ravaged a home, Bouchard Cleaning was there to restore and dry things up. When a home in Wells needed mold remediation, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration performed as promised. From Madawaska to Owl's Head, Ashland to Bath, we've answered the call. More than just a cleaning company, we're restoring Maine. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. Psst, psst.
Allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase daily stops your body from overreacting to allergens all season long. Psst, psst. Flonase, all good. People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
I get used to this.
So that's good. Make sure your happiness lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
Homes are selling in a single day. The real work happens well before. I'm Holly Taylor, and I have the expertise to guide you through your home improvements. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Good morning, everyone. Well, 10 days since Maine Athletic Director Ken Ralph announced his pending departure from Orono, the university has named Samantha Hegman-Wary as the department's interim leader. Hegman-Wary will assume her new position as interim athletic director beginning on September 1st. Meanwhile, the university will continue its national search for a permanent AD with the hope to have someone in place by January 1st, according to Hegman-Wary.
I think it's a great opportunity. I'm super excited to be able to sit in the chair and to work with our coaches and work with the rest of the campus, the president and the cabinet members as well, in order to make not only student-athlete experience better, but experience for the whole university.
After working at both Monmouth and Hofstra, Hegman-Wary has served as an associate athletic director for compliance at Maine since 2019. She said that over the last couple of years, she's worked closely with Ken Ralph and is very familiar with the vision and plans for the department, particularly concerning the facility upgrades.
I'm very confident working with him over these past years that, he's definitely put me in a great spot. Everyone really cares wholeheartedly here about Maine and about our student athletes, so being able to kind of be the voice for them and advocate for them and work with them is probably the most exciting part.
And again, the search for the permanent athletic director will continue at a national scale with the hope from President Joan Ferrini Mundy to have that solidified by January 1st of 2023. For now, let's transition and continue our coverage of the first week of fall high school sports. Over in Bucksport, the girls soccer team is coming off a season where they were perfect until the state finals, and they're looking to take that extra step this fall. Tyler Cruz has more.
That was the most important time.
We are weeks from the regular season and months from playoffs, but this week, Bucksport girls soccer started to plant the seeds to defend their title as Class C North champs.
The work we do now is what's going to get us to October and being in shape and just everything.
Developing that skill early on and the good touches early on and the conditioning and the camaraderie that the girls develop with each other and us makes all the world of difference in the end.
Even with the year they had last fall, they're coming back in week one and starting with the basics, working on fundamentals and building up those skills ahead of the season.
It's important for fitness-wise and getting our skills up to par again, but also just as a team to get ourselves to mesh this well so early on.
For every single day of practice, we run a mile before because we all want to be in good shape. I think we all strive for the same thing because we really want to win states this year and we really want to be better than we were last year.
As for the gold ball game, the Bucks traveled up to Presque Isle but came up short, falling to Maranacook 5-0. And they say that loss is bulletin board material for 2022.
It's just in my head, and I think everybody else's, because it was really hard.
It was definitely painful. Not the ending any of us wanted or worked for, but I think it's just what we want this year.
The Bucks are returning 6 seniors and a good chunk of their core from their Northern Maine championship team last year, so it's safe to say the expectations are a little bit higher than regional champs.
I think the emphasis last year is to try to get to the state championship, and we just thought things would take care of themselves, but this year we want to be more driven toward that goal and not be just satisfied in getting there, but really, really competing for that state title.
Now we have a taste of what it was going to be like. Before we didn't have that. We were just excited to even get past the first round of the playoffs. But now, being there, we're hungry for it.
Reporting from Bucksport, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you, Tyler. So far this week, we've heard from Foxcroft Academy football. We've heard from, right there, Bucksport girls soccer. And later on this week, we will catch up with Orono boys soccer as they get ready for their season following a successful 2021 campaign. For now, though, let's talk some football. The Patriots held their final joint practice with the Carolina Panthers on Wednesday morning. And once again, the story was the physicality, I guess we could call it that. Yet another brawl breaking out between the two teams after wide receiver Christian Wilkerson took a big hit during a special teams period.
We're always going to support each other, our teammates having each other's back. Obviously, we know as we get into games like we play Friday, there's a lot of things you just can't do in the game. But I thought we did a good job of coming out here and competing.
Now, moving beyond all the extracurriculars, quite possibly the biggest takeaway from these two practices with Carolina has been the play of cornerback Jalen Mills. If they didn't have a number one corner last week, Mills seems to have established himself as such over the last couple days. That said, he's not too concerned with labels.
I don't really get into that. I think the biggest thing that I try to focus on is, playing my technique down, in, and out. And, my numbers called, just make a play for my team because those guys depended on me.
So all in 1 week, Malcolm Butler's on the IR, Juwan Williams is on the IR, Jalen Mills stepping up into potentially that number 1 role, and they will have their second preseason game of the season against Carolina. That'll be on ABC on Friday at 7 p.m. Ready, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Machias, is sponsored by the University of Maine Early College. Tuition-free online fall courses for high school students, umaine.edu/early college. Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And Cottonwood Camping, located in the heart of Down East Maine. We have easy access to the Sunrise Trail System with ATV and electric bike rentals.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Happy Thursday. It's August 18th of 2022, the 230th day of the year. Well, you know those cherry trees that are in Washington, D.C.? They were a present and from the U.S. or from the mayor of Tokyo to the U.S. 113 years ago. President Taft had them planted near the Potomac River.
We don't get presents like that anymore.
No, I know, right? I would love a bunch of cherry trees in my yard.
Yeah, I know. It's an iconic DC thing. Well, former First Lady Rosalind Carter is 95. Actor Robert Redford is 86. Today is Mail Order Catalog Day, not to be confused with Mail Order Bride Day.
Yes.
That's next week. Never Give Up Day, and it's National Bad Poetry Day. Roses are red, violets are blue. Some poems rhyme and some don't.
It's a tough one. And here's a fun conversation starter for the weekend. Is there anything you'd like to do before the summer ends?
The same thing I've done all summer is I go to the beach and I read and I eat a tuna fish sandwich.
Oh, that sounds really good. Now, do you put like the cheese and the tomatoes on your tuna fish sandwich? And
I actually, big cheese fan, I never put it on a tuna fish sandwich.
Really?
I don't know what that is.
That changed it to a tuna melt if we want to be proper.
I know, and then you got to melt it.
Yeah, which is tough. I mean, you could bring a little George Foreman grill to the beach. And that's goals right there for the end of the year.
And you plug it into your cigarette lighter in the car. That'd be too much.
See, now we're coming up with great ideas. Actually, in fact,
end of the summer.
I know, and we're so close to that fall season of tailgating and plugging stuff in and going to the Patriots and stuff like that.
Yep,
so
I like that.
We're getting that part of the season.
Yeah, charcoal grill. That may be a little bit easier than just plugging it into your car battery.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Because then your car battery dies, then you're stuck on the beach.
Because you made a tuna melt.
All because of the tuna melt.
We're going too far. Let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Good morning, Devin.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, a small craft advisory remains in effect for a little while this morning. That's being dropped at about 8 a.m. or so, as things will start to calm down with the area of low pressure that is now onshore. So let's take a look at the radar right now. We're seeing all the precipitation in the western and northern ends of the state. So here it is right here. Everyone else drying out. You might notice a little bit of sunshine, but that might be a little bit of a stretch as we do zoom things out right now. We're looking pretty decent out there. The precipitation is starting to back off just a little bit, but we did have some thunderstorms outside of the country and other parts of the rain moving from the east to the west. There was one lone lightning bolt further off towards the north recently, but now that's starting to back off as well. It's mainly been rain with this area of low pressure that will soon begin to move off towards the north and east. So once we get past today, tomorrow will begin to look a lot better. So here's Futurecast right here. We'll start to rotate off towards the north and east. Plenty of clouds, maybe a few breaks from time to time, but we'll start noticing the breaks a little bit more as we head towards your Friday. The winds will be out of the northeast for a little bit, maybe getting a little bit gusty as we head towards tomorrow, but really along the coastline today, maybe gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour are not out of the question. So for today, upper 60s, some scattered rain showers out there, and a lot of that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, a slight chance for a rain shower, some gradual clearing late as well, with some dense fog with that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime period showing plenty of rain chances. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thanks, Devin. A massive water spout is spotted off the coast of northwest Florida. This impressive sight happening Tuesday morning near Destin off of Florida's Emerald Coast. Several people along the beach were stunned at its size.
Waterspouts are common in the region, but are not usually this big. The weather phenomena usually comes in two types. According to the National Weather Service, tornadic waterspouts will form over water or move from land to water and have similar characteristics as a land tornado. Fair weather waterspouts are less dangerous and dissipate quickly when they make landfall.
That doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon.
And
the size of it is scary.
It doesn't look any less dangerous to me either.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Look, yes. Well, and I'm not the expert. And taking a virtual trip to a museum may help seniors' mental health. A study by researchers in Canada who worked with the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts reviewed roughly 100 seniors.
Half went on the online guided museum trips weekly during a 3-month period. The other group didn't participate in any type of cultural activity. Researchers found that those who went on the virtual museum trips improved scores that rated their well-being and quality of life.
And here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Earl Mollinger's secret to a long life: never quit moving. At 105, he's perhaps the oldest farmer in America, and he's still working. Mollinger tends to 1,000 acres of farmland in Oslo, Minnesota. He says he likes the fresh air, watching the crops grow, and seeing what God has done. Construction crews working on a drain project in Kent County, Michigan, dug up some mastodon bones dating back 12,000 years. Corey Redmond with the Grand Rapids Public Museum says it'll take more than a year to dry the remains, and then they'll be put on exhibit. And Mike Trin was about to take his kids to their first day of school in Missouri City, Texas, when his daughter yelled, "There's an alligator in the driveway." Trin says he's been watching crocodile hunter Steve Irwin since he was a kid, so he used some of the tricks he learned, like throwing a towel over the gator's eyes to keep it calm. Trin says he used his jiu-jitsu background to get on the gator's back to tape the mouth shut. Trin says he then dropped the alligator off in a nearby pond and then dropped the kids off at school. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, a fire department in Levant hosted a summer camp for local kids yesterday.
Plus, an East Machias teen is hosting her 3rd annual fundraiser for the Bangor Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. This and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
The Piscataquis Valley Fair, an old-time county fair featuring farm, steer, and ox pulls, pedal tractor pulls, truck pulls, a pig scramble, and much more. Fun rides on the Midway and daily and nightly entertainment. The Piscataquis Valley Fair, August 25th through the 28th in Dover Foxcroft.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Steve Harvey powers the X Team.
If roles were reversed, what might a turkey do to you on Thanksgiving?
Eat my drumstick. Loaded with X Team confidence.
Some men are shaped like what kind of nut?
Nutcracker.
And X Team powers.
Fill in the blank. Blank Daddy.
Hot dog.
You'll love the X Team.
Hot dog daddy.
On Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
The Piscataquis Valley Fair, an old-time county fair featuring farm, steer, and ox pulls, pedal tractor pulls, truck pulls, a pig scramble, and much more. Fun rides on the Midway and daily and nightly entertainment. The Piscataquis Valley Fair, August 25th through the 28th in Dover Foxcroft.
We are the first family of country music. Just watch.
Monarch series premiere September 11th on Fox.
The Levant Fire Department hosted a group of elementary schoolers for a 3-day camp on fire safety.
Our Madeline Gernhard has more.
Fourth graders from the Suzanne Smith Elementary School were given the opportunity to train like firefighters at the Levant Fire Department's Spark Pug Academy. At this 3-day-long event, 6 students were able to take part in hands-on learning activities, which taught them fire safety skills, among other things.
We learned CPR, added that. We also learned how to do cribbing, which when you raise a vehicle, you would want to crib it so if it fell, it wouldn't go straight to the ground.
We learned a lot about the fire trucks, ambulance here. Like, we saw the jaws of life. And
the kids also completed a series of obstacle courses designed to simulate rescue scenarios in burning buildings. This cardboard structure was flooded with smoke and filled with obstacles and dummies to rescue. I was allowed to test my skills, but was no match for the future firefighters at the camp. At the end of the day, the Spark Pug Academy trainees were awarded with certificates, badges, and challenge coins to commemorate their achievements. But Chief Eric Strout hopes the students will have taken away much more.
If in the community it saves another child or a loved one just by knowing the steps, what to do when there's a fire in your home and what safety measures you have, it's a win.
This is the first time the camp has been held in 2 years. Strout explained that he was inspired to start the Spark Pug program after a fire in 2015 took the life of a 9-year-old. But the department was able to save the life of a pug, who is now the department's mascot.
That we could take a bad situation, turn it into something good, and take a pug and make it, one, our mascot, and take the spelling of a pug and make it like a fire prevention theme of plan, understand, and get out safely.
The Levant Fire Department will be hosting an open house during Levant Days in September, where they will be sharing similar demonstrations on fire safety. Reporting in Levant, Madeline Gernhard, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
16-year-old Mackenzie Shores of East Machias has dedicated herself to a cause that has shaped her life, and that cause will bring bicycle enthusiasts to Machias in late August. She is the founder of Mackenzie's Miracles, which works to fundraise and bring awareness to premature births. Her next fundraising event is the 3rd annual Mackenzie's Miles for Miracles. It's a 10-mile benefit bike ride on the Sunrise Trail in Machias on August 27th.
Mackenzie herself was born prematurely. The first 100 days of her life were spent in the neonatal intensive care unit. Over the years, her family fundraised to bring awareness to premature births and for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, including the one that saved her life. She took up the cause at just 10 years old, and the money from Miles for Miracles will go towards the specific needs of the NICU in Bangor.
The money itself, we fundraise specifically for the NICU ambulances because they're a lot different and they tend to be a lot more expensive than regular ambulances because they have a lot more NICU-based equipment in them.
So if someone finds themselves with a baby born sick or born prematurely, they're going to end up in Bangor or Portland. Both are Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and before we ended up there, I had no idea what that meant. And then we quickly learned after all of the help that Children's Miracle Network and the NICU provide to families and just trying to pay it back.
To find information on the Miles for Miracles event on August 27th, head to foxbangor.com. After the break, Catherine Ravenscraft joins us for your Pet of the Week.
But first, let's get a quick look at our forecast. High of 68 degrees today. Scattered showers around the area. Tonight, it'll drop down to a low of 60. There is a chance of rain overnight and some fog moving in the area. And Friday will be a beautiful start to the weekend with a high of 80 degrees.
Next up to bat for the next homies, Luke. Don't strike out this year when selling your home. Hit a home run. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience today.
At Dorsey Furniture, we believe value means more than a great price.
That's why we do what we do at Dorsey Furniture. That's why we're always updating our showroom with new pieces and new displays. That's why we're always eager to show you the latest furniture styles and newest fabrics.
Because we believe that your home should be beautiful.
Visit our showroom and experience Dorsey quality, Dorsey value, the Dorsey reputation. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A in Holden, and online at dorseyfurniture.com.
During Toyota's national sales event, we're working hard to deliver new Toyotas so you can enjoy the last of summer. From hitting the rapids with a RAV4 hybrid, to kicking up sand in a Tundra, or camping out in a Highlander. Hey guys!
Come and get an electrified all-wheel drive RAV4 hybrid with 40 mpg and up to a 580-mile driving range. Plus, get affordable 1.9% financing on most RAV4 models.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
And welcome back into Good Morning Maine. We are joined by Catherine Ravenscraft from the Bangor Humane Society. And we have probably the most talkative cat I've ever seen on this show. Although now she's quiet.
Exactly. Well, she's been freed from the prison of that kennel. So, yeah. So this is Misty. She has been with us for several months. She's one of our longtime residents, and we're really hoping to find her a home. Yeah. She is 12, so she does qualify as a senior cat. Yeah. So obviously she needs a vet relationship. She's also got some special food needs, so she'll need to keep up with a vet for that reason. She does tend to get towards UTIs. Yeah. So what's really special about Misty is that, one, she is a drama queen, and we love that about her. I mean, look how beautiful she is. My goodness.
Big green eyes.
Oh, my gosh. But her version of talking, aside from meows, can be a hiss from time to time. But she's all hiss. She's no bite. She's an absolute sweetheart. Yeah. And the other thing about Misty that is important to know is that she is declawed on her front paws. Okay. And so I just wanted to take a few minutes, I think, and talk about the importance, really, of not declawing your cats. I know that we've all seen Misty, that there are some states that now have made declawing your cat illegal. You cannot do it. It's been outlawed in some places. And I don't know of any vets in this area that will declaw a cat for you. Yeah. She really wants to explore, so I'm just going to let her. Okay. It actually is a very painful procedure for them. It's almost as if you were to have the tips of your fingers removed from that very top knuckle. So it can create lifelong pain for them, arthritis in their paws. It makes it very painful for them to use a litter box, so she does need special litter. Hi, pretty. And we'll talk you.
Litter. I did not know that.
Yeah, we'll talk you through that. We can't use for most of our pets, most of our cats, we use wood pellets for litter, but that's just a little too hard on her paws. She can't manage that, so she does need a special type of litter. Yeah. And we'll give any prospective owner more information on that. But yeah, it makes it painful for them to use the litter box, and so sometimes with declawed cats, you have a cat that will use the bathroom them in other places,
Right.
which is not attractive for humans, but
Right.
it's what's least painful for them.
Yeah.
So it kind of sets a cat up for failure if you've declawed. And you know, Misty's 12 years old. It happened to her probably a long time ago. Philosophies have shifted. No judgment if you've had a cat that you've declawed, you know, a decade or so ago. But just going forward, remember that it's not the most humane thing that you can do for a cat.
All I remember when I was a kid was we had a little cat, Ringo at the time. Oh, Ringo would wake up on my head just, you know, kneading right at my hair, and I'd be like, stop it.
Yes, yes, exactly.
She doesn't seem. Are you gonna go? Don't get stuck.
Yeah,
She
hopefully
doesn't
she can't
seem
get back
12. She's clearly kind of overstimulated. Really wants to explore everything, but she's.
Yes, yes. You can grab her, Joe, if she looks like she's gonna jump.
Part-time cat wrangler over here.
Exactly. She does have rear claws, and as you may find, those work just fine. So she can do a little bit of climbing.
I love that though. She doesn't. I can't believe she's considered a senior cat. She is a kitten.
She is.
Yeah.
She is in very, very good health.
Her coat is beautiful. She's really light.
Yeah.
She's. Oh my gosh.
I just love her face, that white eyeliner that she's got around her eyes. She's just a stunningly beautiful cat.
Expressive. The hisses made me laugh. It's like she's just like, wow, what are you doing?
We enjoy her. We enjoy her, yeah. And we've actually got 2 other senior cats right now that we'd like to find homes for at the shelter. One is named Lulu. Please go and look at her picture. She looks very grumpy. It's a hilarious picture on the website. But it's just a she's a fantastic cat, and we've got another cat that looks a lot like Misty named Annie, and they are 14 and 15 respectively.
Aww.
So
I saw Annie on the website.
Yeah,
she's cute.
Yeah, she's they're all just absolute sweethearts.
I know. So. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't look at this too long because everybody was unique too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the hardest thing with purchasing any item or looking for adoptions is the more you look at it, the more you want it.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and a lot of people ask me, how do you work there? You don't want to take them all home? Well, of course we do.
Yeah.
But what we learn is they're not all for us. There
Right.
is the right home and the right family or living situation for every animal there. And we have a live release rate of 99%. Everyone's finding a home. You know, everyone's going home.
You are just
hear that?
beautiful.
You hear that? You can go home.
Oh, man. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us here in the morning show. We really do appreciate it. We love when you bring in pets, and you do such a great job for us.
We love them. It's an honor to work for them.
It is great. Work for them, and then they're like, no, we're good. We don't need you anymore. We're going to take off over here. All right, if you want to adopt Misty or any other cat or dog that are up for adoption at the Bangor Humane Society, you can check out all these cats, dogs, and animals on the website. We'll throw it over to Devin Biggs with another look at our forecast.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland-Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. A small craft advisory is up for a little while this morning, getting dropped during the morning period, though, at around 8 a.m. as things begin to improve, as we have that area of low pressure that's beginning to move to the north and east. That'll bring the winds with it. So the offshore winds for now will begin to move onshore, and especially by tomorrow, we'll notice more of those gusty winds. The rain started to back off a little bit as we saw some of that last night and early this morning. Some much needed rain, but now it's in the northern and western ends of the state. We'll still have chances for scattered showers, though, as this area of low pressure, which is located right about in here, will begin to move off towards the north and east, so scattered showers are not out of the question today. Maybe a rumble of thunder if you are lucky, but where this is going, it's mainly north and east. So once we go north and east, high pressure will begin to move in and things will start to look a lot nicer for us. And the temperatures will really begin to warm up as well. And we do need the precipitation. We've remained in drought across a good part of the state, and moderate drought, even severe drought. A new drought monitor will begin to come out today. That'll show us where we stand with the latest drought situation. But here we are, 2 to 5 foot wave heights being noted, which is why that small craft advisory is up for a little while longer. We'll start seeing that drop as things will begin to improve. A little bit of wind out there still today, maybe some winds getting up to about 15 miles per hour in a few areas though. But really by tomorrow, gusty winds up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour will be possible as that area of low pressure begins to move off towards the north and east. Our average high is now 80 degrees. We'll only be in the upper 60s today, well below normal. Then getting close to normal again by Friday in the lower 80s, even some middle 80s as we head towards Saturday and Sunday. Then back in the upper 70s to lower 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Dew point's not too ridiculous, so we might notice a quick burst in the dew point, so especially today, though, reaching for the lower 60s, so you might notice a little bit more humidity, but then falling back into the 50s, at least until Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, before back into the lower 60s. So moving forward, though, that area of low pressure will begin to track off towards the north and east. We'll get a lot of that rain out of here. With just the clouds that will be left over for a little while yet, but once we get this out of here, the clouds will finally begin to break up, and of course any precipitation will really begin to get out of here with, again, the sunshine really beginning to come out just in time for Friday afternoon. So your forecast for today, upper 60s, some scattered rain showers with that west breeze getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, a slight chance for a rain shower, then gradual clearing late, with some dense fog as well, with that west breeze getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Here we are, mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the mid-80s. Mid-80s on Sunday with a partly cloudy sky, and mostly cloudy on Monday, highs in the low 80s.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
Check one, check two. The store's appearance may have changed throughout the years, but its dedication to our community and families has not wavered. We will still welcome you with a smile and top-notch service. If you need coffee,
check.
Tasty treats,
Check.
freshly made pizza, check. Or wine and spirits,
Check.
stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Some of the best recipes are often ones we grew up with. You know, the ones that instantly take us back to our childhood. Well, today, we're sharing a recipe that our test kitchen director, Patty, grew up with. And you won't believe how easy it is. We start by combining some melted butter, flour, and lots of finely chopped walnuts, and we press that firmly into a baking dish before popping it in the oven. This will be our crust. While it bakes, we make a filling by beating together some cream cheese and powdered sugar. Now, get this. We fold in some whipped topping. That's going to make the filling nice and light. Once the crust cools, we'll spread the cream cheese mixture over it. The easiest way to do that is with an offset spatula or with the back of a soup spoon. On top of that goes a layer of chocolate pudding and more whipped topping. Then we sprinkle on some chopped walnuts. Talk about decadent. Once it's chilled, it's ready to dig into. And if it's Patty's all-time favorite go-to dessert, you know it's a good one. To get the recipe for our once top secret cold fudge cake, check out our website. Before you know it, you'll be enjoying the cool creaminess with every forkful. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found the decadent layer after layer way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Researchers are looking into the benefits